Okay, Acast critics, it's Sog here and Brad once again, and we're chatting some more things A-Leagues. We're talking about the A-Leagues rebrand, which came out last week, and in the midst of all these other crazy things like Daniel Sturridge signing, it kind of slipped under our radar. So we're back and we're chatting about all things A-League rebrand, the good, the bad, the ugly. And so, Bradley, firstly, let's just dive straight into the new logo. What do you think? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it ugly? Or is it sexy? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know if it's sexy. I don't know if it's ugly. I think it's, like for me, I don't really care about the logo. All I care is about the football. But, I probably would have preferred the old one. Actually, I probably would have preferred the original one. But yeah, it's what it is. It's a bit simple. I guess that's the way we're going now with logos. Company-wise, a lot of logos are being quite simple, being rebranded to very, I don't know, just kind of simple logos. And I guess that's what it is. Yeah, man, I'm not wow, but I'm not also disappointed. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool.
It's kind of funny, isn't it? The more we get into media and graphic design, the more it looks like someone who doesn't do graphic design could do. Yeah, like, I don't know. When I first saw it, I was a bit disappointed. I was like, that looks pretty just weak. I don't know. But the more I see it, it's not bad. I really actually like how it's when you type it, when you just on your phone put dot and a slash, it kind of looks cool. Looks like an A. I'm not super big fan of how thick it is, and it looks a little funny on some of the jerseys that I've seen so far. But I mean, yeah, it looks like an A. I like the vibrant colours that they've kind of gone with. The pink and the blue kind of really shock you, and it looks really good on all the social media stuff and all the stories they're sharing. So no, it's growing on me, and I think that's what happens with all of the logos, right? The first time you see it, it's always a bit of a culture shock, but the more you kind of get used to it, the more you kind of like it. I mean, just talk to West Tigers fans at the moment.
I mean, anything that's a basket case of a club. That could be a 6-hour video, and you wouldn't even scratch the surface of what's going on at that club. But anyway, I think the logo for me, the A-League logo, has grown on me. Will they be doing what it was with the old A-League logo, where it'll change colors depending on the jersey, or is it going to be a set color like the original one?
I don't know if it quite works as well as the old one to change colors. Like the old one, at least you had like contrasting kind of things.
Yeah.
But this, I mean, you can have the dot a different color to the slash, but I don't think that really matters. And I don't think it will stand out as much with those different colors on a jersey. Like if you took Sydney's jersey, which is just blue, like having a white and navy dot and slash is no different to having a navy or a white one. So I'm not too fussed if they don't kind of stylize it per club. I'm okay if it's just kind of white or black on most logos and then gold on the winners. That's cool. Western Sydney Wanderers better not have a gold A-League logo on their jersey. It better be white or black.
Hang on, I'm just going to go to the kitchen and get some salt for you, because if we could have your profile picture, it would be a golden salt shaker.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
Yeah. If theirs is gold, I'll write it. But otherwise, yeah.
I don't think it will be. I think maybe Melbourne City, but I guess we'll find out in the next month and a half, or less than that, what it's going to look like on the A-League jerseys.
Yeah.
Because when we saw all the home kits, the logo hadn't dropped. I don't think we've seen any logos drop since the logo came out.
Melbourne City redid their pictures with the logos on it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, anyway, I think it's fine. Like I don't think it's the end of the world. I think when I first saw it, like you, I was like, oh, that's a bit rubbish. But I think it's come around to me. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be, filthy about the logo. I think when the Premier League dropped their new logo, I was like, oh, what was wrong with the old one? But I've come around to it. It's like, yeah, it's classier, it's fresh, it's less detailed than the old one, and I guess it's just the way things are going now.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, looks way nicer if it's going to be on a little, icon on your phone to click into your A-League app. Hopefully that's a thing. They're talking about this new digital hub that's coming. So, I think it's a good logo. Yeah.
There's something I want to ask you. And I know a lot of people have an opinion about where the A-League logo should be, whether it should be on the side like it is in Europe or whether it should be on the front like we do, I think, in the majority of our Australian sports. What do you think?
I just don't care, to be honest. I know lots of people would love it to be on the sleeves. And look, I get that, but I don't think it's that bad to have brands put their logo in the middle. Like, I think it kind of looks decent on most jerseys to have the three. Like, I'm not against it being where it is on the front. So that probably disappoints a few people, but I don't know. I don't care. What do you think?
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm going to disappoint more people. And I think I don't really care either. I'm happy with it on the front. I think all the Australian sports, that's how we do it. And, I think it's okay to have a bit of an Australian flavour to our league. Who cares what Europe does? We put it on the front. So what? It's not the end of the world if it's on the front or not. Like, you want to have the A-League logo everyone can see. If it's on the side, no one's going to see it. So,
that's the thing. The Premier League's a big enough, brand that you don't need it there. But the A-League, it helps if there's a photo of an A-League player. Boom, there's the A-League logo. It's right there, easy for people to see. Yeah, I'm okay with it where it is.
Yeah. Shall we move on to the rebranding of the competition's name across the W League, the A League, and the Youth League?
That's it. So, and this was kind of dropped at the same time. It's no longer the A League. It's the A Leagues with an S, because it's A League men, it's A League women, and eventually, when they actually get back to it, A League Youth. They brought it all under this one kind of name, and they're sticking with it's A-League men and it's A-League women, introducing that it's the same, but we've got the men's and the women's, and they're the same competition kind of thing. It is kind of a strong message that the A-League's really pushed on. They've made it a big kind of feature of this rebranding. Yeah, what do you think of it, Bradley? Do you think it's the right move for the A-Leagues?
I don't really know. I think it's new and it's very progressive in the Australian sporting market and probably the world sporting market to have our competition will be called just generally the A-League, and we'll just stick men, women, or youth at the end of all our competition names. I mean, we don't do that in any other sport in Australia. We don't call it NRL men, NRL women. Well, we do call it NRL women and NRL youth. It's the NRL or the AFL, and then there's the women's comp. The same with the Big Bash cricket, the Big Bash women's comp. Like, it's very different. I don't think I'm against it because it kind of brings us all together, and it's saying, in the way that, women or men or youth, no one's more important than each other. We're all the A-League, and this is just the men's comp. This is just the women's comp. This is just your youth comp. So, yeah, I think if you're kind of a progressive kind of person and being inclusive, I think it's a great idea. I do. I've got nothing against it. I think it's a good idea.
I'm just laughing at the fact that maybe you're hinting that if you don't like it, you're not progressive. You're a bit.
I don't think there's nothing really to hate about it. Like, I don't know what you could find to hate about it. I mean, if you just think, it's just another rebrand, yeah, whatever. But like, if you're just hating on it by saying, why should the women be called? Like, I don't really care. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, and I think you kind of...
I probably do care. Well, I shouldn't be saying I don't care. I do care. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head in just talking about it. It kind of unites all of those competitions, and it does actually, at least for now, it looks like they're equal. It's not like the women's comp is inferior to the men's. It's not like when you say A-League, you're talking about the men, because that's some of the argument that's been coming out from NRL and AFL people, like, you don't need to change it to AFL men. We already know when you say AFL, you're talking about men, as if the AFL women's is a lesser competition, that you wouldn't refer to that. Whereas with the A-Leagues, well, yeah, it's A-League men and A-League women, that they coexist. And that's kind of backed up by this club championship that's now going to be in place as well. So it's not just a rebrand, is it? It's not just, we're ticking the social justice box by naming it this. They're actually backing it up with a trophy for the combined champion across the three. Going to be a bit difficult for Canberra, poor Canberra, who don't have a men's team just yet.
Or Macarthur, who don't have a women's team.
Yeah, that's it. So I think it's good. I like that. Yeah, it's bringing all of Australian football, professional football, under one kind of head at the moment, and I would love to see that then extend to second division, semi-pro. The A-Leagues can easily mean A-League 1, A-League Men's 1, A-League Men's 2. Bring it in, unite the game, and I think that's what the FA's and this APL, that's what they've been trying to do. Yeah.
And for a while now, I still think for a bit we're still probably going to call the A-League and we're going to refer to the men as the A-League. But we did that for a bit with Football Australia. We still called it the FFA even after it rebranded. And I think after a while we'll just stop and we'll just call it, I don't know, ALM. Okay, that probably doesn't roll off the tongue as easily.
A-League,
but yeah,
first.
We might just call it the men's comp and the women's comp. Because A-League men and A-League women is a bit of a mouthful. So
yeah.
It's a good move. I think it's a good move. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No, I think it's pretty good. And yeah, like I said, you just get used to things, and some people want to still call the A-League women's the dub, because that was a great nickname for it. By all means, it still fits because it's still women's. You've got the W there. I think it's really cool. I think it was interesting that they went also with A-League Youth as part of the launch, because at the moment, COVID kind of put an end to the youth league.
Yeah, we haven't had the youth comp for a while. I don't think we had it last season.
And it's not coming back this season either. I think Danny Townsend kind of confirmed that on Twitter, that it wasn't really in the pipeline for this year, but the next year. It's due to return, and that's got to be good. Hopefully, as they're working towards a full women's kind of roster, home and away season, hopefully they do the same for the youth league as well. Expansion for the women's team, this season with Central Coast and Wellington and Western United coming in.
I think it's Wellington that's just coming in for this season.
It's just Wellington this year, and then and they've dropped hints about the next expansion kind of round for the A-League, for the competition.
Stay tuned next. Then they say stay tuned to next year, which is only a couple of months away.
For next year, yeah. So, I mean, everyone's hot tip is Canberra. It's kind of, I don't know, it's just people think it's going to happen. Shocks if it doesn't. And maybe we can do another video if you'd be interested. Our Couch Critics fans, if you're interested to see me and Brad chat again, it's been a while since we chatted about expansion teams and who should be in the mix. So if you want to hear our thoughts on the current climate on that, leave a comment down below. But Bradley, is there anything else that kind of stood out to you from this rebranding of the A-Leagues?
Anything that stood out to me? Gosh, I don't know. I think we've mainly covered it. What's the main thing? The rebrand of the logo, the rebrand of the teams. We were talking about unity. I think all the same teams have to be in all the same comps. So I think it's going to pave a way for more teams in the W League in the women's comp, and ideally a Canberra team in the men's. I don't think anything else stood out. I don't think I was pissed at all about it. I don't think there's anything that really grinds my gears. I don't know about you, Samuel, but yeah, I think it's exciting. I think moving forward, I think this is going to be a really exciting season.
I can't believe
There's a
we've
lot to be excited
forgotten one of the most important things that's actually happened this week as well is we've got a naming sponsor. So it's not just the A-Leagues anymore. It's the
Isuzu
Ute A-League men. How have we
What a mouthful.
The Isuzu Ute.
Because they don't sponsor us. We shouldn't be giving them a free plug. What do they do for us? It'd be a mouthful. Imagine saying that, you know. I'm sure our commentators will be professional, but welcome to tonight's Isuzu Ute A-League men match between the Western Sydney Wanderers and the Central Coast Mariners.
It doesn't quite roll off the tongue like Hyundai A-League does it? Yeah.
I mean, it was an iconic brand, but
it's an interesting kind of move, and all of the clubs tweeted out, you know, we're proud to have Isuzu Ute. Isuzu Ute's Twitter hadn't posted anything for like 2 years. I don't think they still have posted anything about this. So maybe Isuzu Ute need to hire a social media manager. It's an interesting one. Melbourne City are the only team that didn't actually tweet about Isuzu Ute coming on as a sponsor, because they're sponsored by Nissan. So maybe they're contractually obliged not to sponsor other, you know,
or just mention it.
But yeah, it's an interesting name. Like you said, it's going to take some time getting used to. I think it's a 3-year deal. Is that right?
I don't know.
I think I saw it's a 3-year deal to be the Isuzu Ute A-League men. I wonder if we're going to get a naming sponsor for the A-League women's as well. I guess watch this space. But
they were Westfield before, so they might stay Westfield. Who knows?
They could do, yeah.
Imagine if like Melbourne City won the grand final and you know, the boss of Isuzu's there and has to hand out the trophy, and Melbourne City captain's like, I just want to thank you to Nissan and everyone else but Isuzu. I think there was an incident when in the NRL, Manly used to be sponsored by Pepsi in the mid-90s, and I think I might be getting it confused. Coke might have been a major sponsor, and they were sponsored by Pepsi, or there was something like that, or it might have been like Optus and Telstra. I don't know. It's pretty funny if
I remember the Pepsi brand on Manly. Yeah, I think it was Pepsi.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But you know, it'd be pretty funny, eh?
Yeah, well, I know. I'd love to see little remote control Isuzu Ute D-Maxes with the A-League ball,
bringing the ball out, yeah,
driving out, and yeah, I want to see pictures of, you know, Miloš Ninković driving a big D-Max through Sydney, and you know,
I just need a second. I need like a sidekick to get my foot down to the brake and everything, so I can drive it.
We get car football, you know, going 11 D-Maxes, going at it.
Maybe in what's it called, the car soccer game.
Yeah. Oh, Rocket League.
Rocket League. They need to get Nissan in it, like Isuzu, sorry, and an Isuzu car with the A-League logo on it.
With the A-League.
But anyway, I think we're getting too far off topic, so we might have to wrap up this video.
I hope you've enjoyed Couch Critics watching us chat about the A-League rebrand. Let us know down in the comment section what you think. Are you a fan of the new logo? What do you think of the new names? And I mean, the season's around the corner. Can't not be excited with all this stuff happening. The momentum is building. Cannot wait. If you've enjoyed...
I was just going to say, this should be our last video on Zoom. Restrictions ease on Monday, which would mean we'd be allowed to meet up and do a video in person. There
you go. That's fantastic. Can't wait. Couch Critics back on the couch.
I'm keen.
Awesome. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. We're so thankful for all those who do leave likes, and leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and you're enjoying the stuff. We look pretty odds on to get to 350 before the season starts, so help us get there. As always, we've enjoyed chatting the A-League with yous. See you later.
See yous.